So it looks like Dune Part 2 has the potential to be delayed until 2024. Nothing is confirmed yet, but Warner Brothers is in deep consideration over this movie being released this year. An article from Variety spells out the situation. The sequel to Denis Villeneuve's sci-fi epic Dune may be riding a sandworm all the way to 2024. Amid two contentious Hollywood labor strikes, Warner Bros. Films Group is strongly considering pushing the Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya tentpole to next year from its current November 3rd slot. 3 individuals with knowledge of the discussions told Variety. The film is a co-production with Legendary Entertainment, and both parties must agree on the new release date, said one insider. Legendary has yet to be approached by Warner Bros. About the move, they added. Another source familiar with Warner Bros. Said that the releases are moving forward as originally planned, and no formal discussions have been had, but noted that the duration of the union battles are completely unpredictable. Basically, what I'm taking away from that is that it's going to be a bad move for the film to be released during this period, and there's a handful of reasons. I mean, not only is Hollywood in an uproar and, creating a film that gets a lot of attention during a strike is going to be contentious for those unions, but also listen to what else they had to say. A movie like Dune 2 would benefit greatly from the participation of its all-star cast, which also includes Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Javier Bardem, and Josh Brolin, and current union restrictions say that those actors cannot promote past or future work made and released by the struck companies. So essentially, these big names, like Austin Butler's huge since Elvis, Florence Pugh has recently blown up the past few years, they will essentially not be able to be a part of the promotional content, as well as, I'm guessing, Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. So that's going to be a big problem for the marketing of these movies. Lately, a lot of films put their actors and directors into, stuff from Variety on their YouTube channel, or put them on actor interviews and really get promotion going to get hype, to get exposure, and to get the conversation going. So when the film comes out in theaters, a lot of people show up so that there's just really exposure there. If they release it in November and the actor strike is still currently going on, that's going to create a problem, because then all your promotional content will just have to be trailers and teasers and running ads for the film, because the actors who are really the cash grab, who really are the recognizable faces that a lot of people are showing up for to watch these movies, will not be in that promotional content for exclusive promotion like podcasts or interviews and the such. That creates a really big marketing issue. I remember when Dune Part 1 was coming out, there was the whole issue with COVID, and now the strikes. It's like this awesome franchise just cannot seem to catch a break. Variety continues to tell us that Warner Bros. Is surely not the only studio in town sizing up their releases calendar. Major films in the same corridor as the Dune sequel includes Disney's The Marvels on November 10th, and Lionsgate franchise reboot The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on November 17th. Sony Columbia Pictures label is also set to take the Apple Studios film Napoleon to theaters on November 22nd, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Joaquin Phoenix. So even looking as far out as November, when it really seems like the next big push, the next big movies are going to be coming out in theaters that they really need to make a good amount of money on, they really need people to show up in theaters for, is already being considered too soon, depending on the details of these writer and actor strikes. And there's also recent news that potentially the VFX artists for Marvel are unionizing right now and could potentially either use it as leverage against the company, or they themselves go on strike as well, which could also lead to other studios like DC also unionizing and going on strike against these companies for just the VFX departments. So it really looks like Hollywood is in an uproar with these strikes, and it is going to have serious ramifications over the next multiple years, especially if something like Dune and Napoleon and the Marvels that has been delayed and delayed and reshot and delayed is still yet being considered potentially to be moved to 2024 depending on the situation with the strikes. That's pretty wild. And when it all comes down to it, I just really want to see Dune and like Napoleon and these really awesome movies coming out at the end of the year. Really, the people that are going to be let down the most are the ones like us who just want to see these awesome movies and have been expecting them for multiple years now. I love Dune Part 1. I love a lot of Denis Villeneuve's films, and so I really want to see this. I'm a big fan of Greg Fraser, who's the DP for the film, so my hope is that it does not get delayed to 2024 and that it can come out in November. But as of right now, with no talks of the strike dying down anytime soon, it's not looking great. So I guess we'll just wait and see, but if you want to be kept up on the details regarding the strike and the release dates for these movies, I'm sure I'll be doing more updates, whether on videos like this or on our podcast, so you can just check us out there and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Thanks so much.